Businesses all across the U.S. looking to add some spooky fun. They're turning to a Central Ohio business. However, some people are saying the real scare is coming from that business owner. A Texas restaurant owner reached out to NBC4 Investigates, hoping to get an answer and a refund.
And she's not the only one. NBC4 Investigates' Isabel Cleary is pushing for answers and getting results. Isabel?
Anna and Jared, it's just 3 weeks to Halloween, and I'm hearing some pretty spooky stories. I spoke with people at 2 businesses, one in Texas and one in Utah. They ordered products from the Columbus-based Scare Factory, a company that makes Halloween props and animatronics used all over the world. However, once the money was sent, these businesses say communication stopped and orders weren't showing up. If this story sounds familiar, it is. Last year, other businesses reached out to NBC4 Investigates with the same issue, and now they say it's happening again.
Well, we definitely feel very disappointed, feel very taken advantage of and just wronged.
For one restaurant in the hill country of Texas, this Halloween was supposed to be a special one.
So we thought it would be a great idea to do this custom order to really just kind of take our decorations to the next level.
Taking it to the next level, something a ski resort in Utah also wanted to do.
So we thought it was a really unique idea because we have a lot of haunted houses in Salt Lake. We're just north of Salt Lake. And we thought it would be a really good idea to kind of have that same feel, but outdoors in an actual forest up in the mountains.
For both of these businesses, the start of this story is very similar.
Originally had really quick responses.
Snowbasin says it reached out to Scare Factory in the spring and placed an order for 2 animatronics. The Texas restaurant says in late August, it placed a custom order for 3 witches around a cauldron.
He was very responsive in the beginning, took all the questions.
Sabrina Herrera paid the deposit, then says Scare Factory went silent. So the Texas restaurant hired a PI.
And he wasn't an expert, of course, but to him, it looked like they were pretty far off from being complete.
Now they're taking legal action and have tried multiple times to serve the Scare Factory owner with a settlement demand.
But I clicked on reviews and I started reading these horror stories.
One review left by Snowbasin. They expected their full order on August 15th.
We have confirmation on our end that he has received every penny of our payment. And that is when, we lost contact.
A chain of emails and calls going unanswered for weeks.
At first I was a little embarrassed, like, oh my gosh, how did I not see this beforehand? But I had to let that go and realize, like, okay, this is someone who's been doing this to a lot of people.
Silence until NBC4 Investigates made a call. I sent an email to the Scare Factory on October 2nd and called on October 3rd. On October 9th, Snowbasin's order showed up and the shipping date marked October 4th.
And I don't think that there's any reason for this to continue. It's time for us to come together, as a community and support each other and not let this happen to anyone else in the future.
We saw 37 online reviews complaining about the Scare Factory. Court documents also outline multiple complaints against the Scare Factory for failing to deliver. The Ohio Attorney General's office shows 5 complaints from across the United States. And Snowbasin shared this poster. They say it's hung up at trade shows warning others of the Scare Factory.
And these are not cheap. They're a big purchase that have required a lot of savings. And it's just really taking advantage of, the hardworking people that are across the United States.
I got in touch with the owner of the Scare Factory, David Falkman. He did not want to do an interview, but he said everyone who placed an order has received it in its entirety. He said the Texas business received a refund, but they tell me they have not received one and are still waiting on almost $8,000. Both businesses in our story say they plan on pursuing legal action.